Hey you guys, I went on a hiatus for a minute, so it was really time for me to come out of my hiatus and really come and talk to you all about what's been up with me. But I'm gonna just keep it, to a minimum at this point. So, my life has really been a tipsy topsy turvy way recently. In life I made some decisions that I know for a fact that should have been planned out differently. I should have consulted God about it, and I shouldn't have looked for answers through other people, if that makes sense. I shouldn't have, how can I put this? I shouldn't have put my trust into people who I thought I could trust, if that made sense. And I'm not gonna sit up here and just, play the blame game. Oh, I'm blaming this person for this, I'm blaming that person for that. But it goes back to me saying that I should have made the right decisions with a lot of things in my life. As far as, thinking that I made the right decision to move, and, thinking that I made the right decision to pick this job, and, and placing people in my life and thinking that they're meant for me, and some of them are really not. So again, and I'm not going to sit up here and play the blame game to anybody, pointing the finger to anybody. I'm taking accountability for myself because I allowed a lot of things to happen that I could have prevented. But all I can say is God has really been revealing a lot of things to me, and he's just been showing up in ways that I thought that I couldn't accept it, if that makes sense. He's just been showing up in ways like, hello, surprise, I done told you this. You know what I mean? It's like he's been like revealing to me now that God showed you this already. Like, why you ignored it? Like, you have the ability to know, and the ability to move in a way that that I'm laughing now because I'm just like, golly. Golly, I could have did better for myself and not move because of how other people are moving and thinking it's going to be the right thing for me. God has other plans for other people in a different way so they can evolve. You can't just think that everything that you see other people doing is going to happen for you as well, and it's really not. Like, they're in a certain level of their life right now to evolve, but sometimes it could be temporary. And I had to realize that for myself, because I would ask myself, and I would, I wouldn't say I would pray, but I was getting so angry with God, and I'm like, why are you putting me in the same situation over and over and over and over again, to just be hurt and to just be dismantled and, torn apart, and, all this combobulated and whatnot. And all the answers was, you allowed the wrong people in your life. You allowed the wrong situations in your life. And I gave you signs to see that it was the wrong situation. And God was just telling me, like, sometimes you can't really see the good in people because people just gonna be people. Sometimes you can't see the good in a relationship because relationships is gonna fail. And it don't have to be like a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. It could be a business relationship, friendship relationship, a colleague relationship, all the way across the board, right? But what I'm saying is I'm just putting my life into perspective, and all of this I really could have prevented. I could have prevented, giving chances after chances after chances, and not really focusing on me. I had a problem. I still got that problem still to this day. I ain't gonna say had. I still have a problem still to this day pleasing so many other people to make them happy that I'm really not making myself happy. And I'm always thinking about, I don't want to lose nobody, but you know what you got to get through to get to your new season? You got to lose. You got to lose. And you really got to take them L's, y'all. Like, you really got to take them L's to get to your next season. And recently I took a lot of L's, bro. Like, everything in my life that's been happening was temporary. I allowed my anger to get the best of me in a lot of situations. And it's like, you know how you just be praying and asking God to help you in this and help you in that, and then like when another situation happens and you get triggered, then it's like you resort back to the old you. And in this case, like, you know how you pray and ask God to help you with a certain addiction that you have? My addiction is anger. My addiction is sex. My addiction is alcoholism. And it's like I've been constantly resorting to that just to make my pain go away. And it only made it worse. It only made it worse. I caught myself doing things that I thought that I would never do. I never smoked. I never smoked at all. I never smoked at all. I caught myself buying blacks. Like, literally blacks, right? Black and mild. I literally caught myself buying blacks, smoking it, and smoking it in my car, to be exact. And I don't even smoke in my car. That's like I shouldn't even have that thought to even smoke. That's how I know my life has made a big turn. But I can take accountability and say that I've allowed that to happen because certain situations that have been presented to me in my life, I could have prevented that, but I didn't. And I created this platform to really be transparent. And even though I only have 13 subscribers, hey, by all means, hey, I personally do not care if people don't watch it. I personally do not care if people don't pay attention to me. But it's going to take a situation for you to go through something, for you to resort back to this video. I really do pray and ask God to help those who has that mentality of every man is for themselves. Because to be honest, this man is really jamming. But I really pray for those who have that mentality of every man is for themselves, because having that mentality is like you really don't care about nobody. You really don't care about anybody's feelings. You know, you don't care about anybody's pain that they're facing. It's like you don't care. You just personally don't care. If it's not about you, forget everybody around you, right? But I know we're not here to please everybody in this world, but why not show the same love to other people that God did with us, even when we backslid and we left him? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just wondering. Like, I know I'm probably going all over the place, but I'm just wondering, because like we live in a world that people just don't care. Like, we just really live in a world that people are like not really investing into their friendships and pouring into their friendships. And I'm not saying like give your all to it and not focus on yourself. But what I'm saying is, if we can all get together as friends, like just people in general, if we can all get together as friends and people in general, just to pour into somebody and manifest and pray and continue to hold each other accountable for anything. Like, it don't really have to be like, oh, I told her about herself, so guess what? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no, like we shouldn't even have that thought of, you know, thinking that way. Oh, I told her about herself, so she better listen. I'm gonna just let you know right now, that's going through one ear and out the other. Because if I catch that vibe that you are trying to just, oh, tell me about myself, and then you not even trying to check on me, or you know what I'm saying? It's just anything. Like, I'm just resorting back to what's been happening in my life, and that sums up everything. Like, people think they could just tell me what to do and just blah blah blah, this and that. And it's a difference between pouring into somebody and actually telling somebody what to do. And that's what's been happening, right? So I had to learn the difference between those two. And when I saw the difference between those two, it gave me easy access to cut those people off out of my life. It did. It really did. And I really didn't feel no ill will by anybody who I've cut off in my life recently. I just loved you from a distance now. That's how it's gonna be. I love you, but guess what? I cannot. I'm just speaking in general. Like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm just sitting here throwing shade or anything else, but I'm really not. I'm really not throwing shade. I'm just speaking in general. Like, we have to know the difference between pouring into somebody and telling somebody what to do. Pouring into somebody is saying, sister, I love you, but I'm going to have to stay away from you if you're going to continue to put yourself in a situation like this, knowing that it's breaking you. I've been showing you the tools to get out of it. I'm trying to see, like, what else can we do to get around it? Like, what's triggering you to get this way? Like, what else is triggering you? Because you're telling me that you're okay, but I'm trying to figure out what's triggering you to get this way so we can move on and become better from the situation, versus to, oh, this is the telling the person what to do part. The first part I just told you was pouring into somebody. Now, this part I'm about to say is like this example of telling somebody what to do. Well, I'm not going to continue to talk to you if you're going to keep doing the same thing Because I done told you and I done told you and I done told you, and you don't want to listen. See the difference between telling somebody what to do and pouring into somebody? Because pouring into somebody is, let's find a different route out of this situation, versus to, you don't want to listen. That's telling somebody what to do. So if I get to that point where I'm feeling like you telling me what to do, nah. And I just want people to understand that too, like, just for themselves, just in general. Like, if you don't hear nobody saying, let's find a different route. Let's find a different route, versus to, you don't want to listen. You're not my mother. Yeah, I'm just speaking that in general, though. I'm really just speaking that in general. Like, that's just how, you know, life is. Because we got people nowadays that's just feeling like they're pouring into you, and they really just trying to tell you what to do. Sometimes you really have to let that person sit in what they're going through to understand if you actually pour it into their lives, versus to telling them what to do. I'm the type of friend, like, okay, I'm going to just let you sit there and let you understand how the situation is breaking you, versus to, oh, I'm tired of talking to you, you're not listening. That's just, you know, but hey. That's just like going to a church that's not pouring into you spiritually, right? If you're not feeding me the word, if you're not literally pouring into me the right way, how God wants you to lead me, if you are my overseer, then I don't need to be in that church. That's kind of the same way. That's kind of the same situation. That's kind of, I could compare it to a lot, right? But I'm not gonna get into detail. I'm really not gonna get into detail about that. But it just leads back to watching out who is actually pouring into you, versus to people telling you what to do. But whenever you go through life situations, like, I just feel like we need to continue to, as people, to find somebody, like, have that solid circle, or like just a solid one person in your life to just say, hey, let's just pray. Let's just pray. That could make a difference. Somebody just listening, that could really make a big difference. Let's just listen. I'll be like, oh, let me just listen to, you know, who it is that's talking to me, and, you know, I'm listening. That can make a big difference. Because I used to point the finger a lot, but I've gotten to the stage in my life where I'm growing, where I don't, you know, it don't even matter what you're telling me. Let's just pray. I'm gonna just come sit down and listen to you. That's just how I am. I'm gonna come and spend time with you. Like, if I know something ain't right, we ain't gotta talk about this situation. I'm just coming spending time with you to check on you. Mentally, how are you doing? That's all it is. That make a big difference. That really makes a big difference. I know I've been like off subject, you know, going off subject and going on, just staying on topic, but I just been explaining my life. I was just explaining my life and, you know, what's been going on with me. If you've seen those videos where I was in a parking garage or anything, I'll be honest with you, like, I wasn't in a stable environment. I wasn't stable. Yeah, I wasn't stable at all. But, you know, I thank God for keeping me sane, even though I resorted to, you know, the alcohol and sex and smoking and not relying on him. So it got to that season in my life where God wanted me to rely on him. And I'm saying this video, I'm doing this video now because in my time frame of being in the hiatus, I was being revealed to some things that God was showing me. And I really have to, he wants me to rely on him more and not rely on other people. I'm not about to continue to rely on other salvation to save me and make me a different person. Like, I'm going to know God for myself. And there's nothing wrong with therapy. I'm going to go to, I'm not going to, I am in therapy. Let me get that straight. I am in therapy as well. But I'm going to seek God for myself more. And God fully has me now. God has my mind. God has my body. God has my soul. He fully has me now. He fully has me. And I really thank God for, you know, placing more Christian people in my life. God-like people in my life. To be like, hey, it's really time. It's really time to give your life back to Christ. No, it ain't gonna be perfect. You're not gonna change overnight. I'm getting emotional because I feel happy saying this, you know. But oh my God. God has my body. God has my mind. And God has my soul. God has me. And I'm working on forgiving myself for the decisions I've made, for not listening to God's voice in certain situations in my life. And I'm working on just covering my mind through Jesus and cover my soul through Jesus. I'm really working hard on that. And to the people that's watching, I want y'all to know that if I'm really separating myself for real, I'm not trying to backpedal no more. I'm no more backpedaling. I'm going to continue to move forward. I'm going to continue to move forward with or without anybody. I'm going to continue. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to continue to move forward without anybody. God is going to direct my feet and direct my path. I'm not doing anything else without consulting God first. I'm not making no decision of bringing new people in my life without consulting God first. I'm not gonna bring another man into my heart, into my mind, without consulting God. I'm not gonna bring anybody else's energy in my life without consulting God. If I know the energy is not good for me, then I'm not about to sit in it. I'm not about to consult myself around crooked people that has the foot in the world and their foot in the church and trying to be a mentor, but can't even mentor their own lives. I'm not surrounding myself by people like that anymore, and I'm declaring it over my life right now. I'm doing it because I'm not settling no more. I'm not about to be in friendships anymore where people is just trying to tell me what to do versus to really pouring into my life. I'm not investing into anybody anymore but myself. I'm not investing into another man anymore but myself. God has me. He has me now. He fully has me. And I know that God is going to throw some tests in my way to see if I'm going to stick by my word. But the first thing that I'm going to do is consult God before I make a decision. I'm going to consult God. I'm going to consult him. I'm going to consult God. And if anybody doesn't like the video that I made, then so be it. It's been on my heart, and I have to say what I have to say and get this off my chest. And I really feel better. I really do. I really do. But I'm going to continue to put myself first. I'm going to continue to put God in the midst of everything. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of this repetitive cycle in my life where I end up hurt a lot because of me allowing things to come into my aura. It is what it's going to be. But in this step, I'm trusting God, and I'm relying on God, and I'm seeking God. And it's crazy that I'm saying that because it's like God telling me, hello, surprise. I've been wanted you to seek me, but you seeking validation and salvation in everybody else but me. Duh. But I just wanted to make this video before I go back on my hiatus. My hiatus is seeking God and, you know, resolving issues within myself and working on myself and just getting back to Christ. I'm not saying that I'm a changed woman overnight. I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm working on building and seeking God for myself and getting my salvation for me. So I hope you all have a good night, or whatever time frame everybody else is in. I hope you have a good night, a good day, a good morning, good afternoon. No matter what, I love each and every last one of y'all. And before I end this video, to whoever is watching this and to whomever I've hurt in the past, I just pray. I just pray and ask God and ask each and every last one of you for my forgiveness, whoever I've hurt, before I end this video. It's been on my heart. I'm not I'm not about to continue to dibble and dabble back. Just let's forgive and move forward. I'm asking whoever that I've heard who's watching this video to forgive me. Just forgive me. So we can all be better people. We can all move forward and just be happy within ourselves. I love y'all. I hope this video can be something that can be an eye-opener. And I just pray that we all continue to work on our mental, become better people, and seek God for ourselves, not for other people.